So I am coming to you live out in California. We got a little bit of special. Today is the last day for the February OCS, and being that we have two players who they're kind of out of it, but at this point, while they might be out of it, there's a lot of implications here that is happening. So both these players, Marty McFly actually uh, and Fox, they're both playing something of an interesting match, Throw Room versus ASM. Not an ASM that you typically see more. We've been seeing a lot of the Droidicas. Being that the set 12 just dropped a couple days ago, we've been seeing a lot more of the main type of builds with the new Maul Lone Hunter. So now we're seeing that variant with Marty McFly playing Throne Room. The reason I'm doing this is there's a lot of implications of this match. And right now, as it stands, Eric Hunter is sitting up in second place. Just to the side, looks like he's got the lock on first place. Actually, no, I'm sorry. P. Myers has second place with Eric Hunter currently in third. And depending on what happens to this, we might see that switch. So I figured I would be doing some commentary on this interesting match. And you know what? Hey, more Star Wars is better. So, okay, so we're on turn 3 at this point. So on turn 2, Marty came down with the new Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout and Leia. Fox came down then with Darth Maul, the Lone Hunter, and Dr. E. So Marty then moved away, drew some cards, and now it looks like Fox came down with Grievous, and he's going to reinforce with Maul, and I would hopefully see the Dr. E come over. Yeah, and okay, so that's where we are. That's a little bit of a catch up. So he just deployed both players. So Fox currently has 6 cards in his hand. Marty has 9. I like Marty's situation better just because right now, to me, he can print out a lot more cards, whereas Fox has to save force to swing. Let people know that I am streaming right now. Okay. Okay, just dropped on into Slack. So if you're on Slack, come on and watch. I know it's not your typical D-Tar tag match, but yes. So actually, here. So earlier, I want to say it was turn 2 after Fox dropped Lord Maul and Dr. E. Marty tried to sorry about the mess combo, and Marty or Fox did have the imbalance combo. So the sorry about the mess combo is now in Marty's lost pile. He just deployed solo, so we might see another attempt at a sorry about the mess. If he does, I would say he goes after the Maul. That way, Fox can get 2 swings in, and potentially getting rid of Luke and Leia. But we'll see. I'm just glad to see this. This is exciting. There's 20 people watching on GEMP right now. To me, that's astounding, and I love the fact that these are two players who have a combined record of 3-11. And this game, like I said, is going to affect what happens in second and third place. So hopefully more people come on and decide to watch this. Okay. Oh, there's Eric Hunter. Okay, so, and now Hera comes down. So, Hera will actually, I like the Hera play. This shows that now you can get 2 Destiny and inflict some more damage onto Fox. Fox did say in his GEM chat that this is only the second time he's played the deck. So, props to him for using something new. And I'm glad to see these two guys trying to get their, maybe their last game in for the OCS. I would be playing some more, but I kind of promised Justin Desai that I won't play, so that way, we can have a. I want to keep him in first. But okay, so Marty's just strolling up. I don't like this at all. I would rather have seen a battle here from Marty. And the main reason is, he could. I'm at 8 games. What am I going to benefit? And I got light side. So Eric, I've only got light side left, and it looks like everybody wants to play light side. So, but yeah, I see no reason. I'm not going to try and get 4 more games in 4 hours because I would love to win. Eric's a little distraught because I said that I told Justin I wasn't going to play. Hey, you know what? It's on me. I got distracted with other things this month. I should have just played more. And I will say this. I actually had a shot at beating Justin Desai. I'm running a stern letter. You know what? Hey, I would love... you know what? Eric, if you can get more people to play Dark Side, I will play another game. Even Justin has said that my light side, my throne room is pretty good. So, and he told me just stick with that if I'm playing light side. So, if you can get more dark side players, I will happily go on and play some more games. So, back to this one. Fox just dropped P59. Being that he's got so much, he's got so many weapons right now, and with Dr. E, I like this. If he battles, especially with Maul there, and if he can get rid of Luke and have just free swings, why not? Okay. Apparently Fox fears that Marty has too many tricks. Well, the only real trick that he would have is a Jedi concentration. And the reason I say that is a blaster deflection is not going to help because of the new Maul. Because the new Maul says cancels blaster deflection and Amidala's game text, and then his weapon destiny draws may not be modified or canceled by the opponent. So there's no real way for Maul not to be able to swing here unless it's a Jedi's concentration. And if that's the case, then he can still get the P59 off and shoot Hera, which would then only have 1 destiny. Okay, so we are going to see a battle. Okay. I'm not sure why I see why he used the Nook Escape to pull Hera back onto his hand, because I think he's anticipating losing the P59. I like this. They actually are asking if we're actually watching. We're streaming this, son. Okay, so Marty actually is able to play the impressive, most impressive. So now he's going to get the first action in the battle. That means he can fire with Luke, use Han's game text, get rid of Oh, he's going to try and go after Dr. E. Okay, that's a good move. Oh, he draws a 0. Oh, no, it's a 1. Sorry, because of Luke. So if he draws a 1 here, P50, Dr. E is still hit. Okay, he can actually let this go, or he can try and cancel and redraw. I'd say, yeah, go for the cancel and redraw, because even if you draw another 1, Dr. E's still hit. Okay, and he draws a 5, which subsequently is a Jedi's concentration. So Dr. E's going to be hit. Sorry about the mess. So now Fox can't get rid of any of the characters that he can hit in this battle. Okay, good play by Marty. I like that. And if he does lose the Luke, he has the second Luke now in his hand. So, smart play. The only thing I would be a little bit concerned about, because I mean it's still early on in the game, but we're sitting at turn 4. Or we're sitting at turn 4, and Marty has 33 minutes left. So I mean that's still a lot of time for Gemp, but at the same time, you want to go a little bit quicker, especially in this match. And I want to thank anybody who has hopped on over to my Twitch channel to watch the game. Oh, okay. So Fox is Stefan de Vos, one of the European players. So again, yeah, he is. This is pretty interesting. Okay, it looks like he's going to first attempt to fire with P59. He is going to go after Hera. And he draws a 4, so Hera's hit, and now Marty has to lose 2. If you are watching, also go ahead and click those like and subscribe buttons. I don't normally do this, but the more people who like and subscribe, I'm going to be doing a lot of commentary this month. Being that I'm furloughed and I got really nothing to do, I would love to provide more commentary, provide more of my own games. So, also, this week, I know that we had said that the Holo Theaters are normally on Wednesday. Unfortunately, Jerry has a family thing come up, and we're going to be pushing the Holo Theater back to Thursday. We want to say it's going to be the same time, but I'm going to talk to Jerry about moving up on the time, just so a lot more East Coast people can watch. Okay, so Stefan draws a 1. So he hits Hera. He swings with Maul. He draws a 1. And he draws a 7. So that's going to hit Luke. He actually has a chance to clear Marty out of the sight. Okay. It draws a. It's still going to hit. Even though he plays the Wisa, he still has a 7 for Weapon Destiny. Or no, okay, so it's +1. So each of his destiny is +1. So Luke is still hit. So again, he has a chance to clear. Oh, awesome. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I would have actually saved the Wisa there, but yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say it's the double-bladed lightsaber that makes it +1. Adds 1 to Maul's lightsaber combat total. Okay, so it's not that. Oh, yeah, they can't be cancelled or modified because of Maul's game text, too. Okay, and he draws a 1. So, again, he can cancel that and redraw. Okay, which he does. And it looks like he's going after Solo. So that 5 right there says that Solo is going to be hit. and double 5, so solos hit. So again, he can't. He has a potential clear. Now I know that the Dark Jedi lightsaber won't cause their forfeit to be 0, but they can't. So once he hits, if he hits Leia with the Dark Jedi lightsaber, she can't be used to satisfy for attrition. So as it stands right now, only Hera would be able to satisfy for attrition if, again, he hits with Grievous. Okay, 3. So I want to say she's going to be hit as long as there's no modifications to the Destiny. And he draws a 1. So that's just enough to hit. Okay, so Stefan was actually able to hit everybody. And, I mean, if the Dr. E was still there, he could have just literally got rid of everybody but the Hera and caused possibly a lot of overflow. So we'll see. So he draws the new Aura Sing with Blaster Rifle. Really good card. She's seen a lot of play. She's really good against Jedi. Okay, Marty draws a 1. He's still got a second Destiny. Right now, all those guys are immune, but again, he's got... Okay, so he's going to first cancel it with Hera. And he draws a second 1. So good thing that he canceled and redrew it, because now he got up to 4. So Fox only has to lose P59, which he then can get back on his next turn with Dr. Aphra. But again, Marty just lost all 4 dudes. Well, dudes and dudettes. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know what they identify as, but to me, they're dudes and dudettes. No, I don't think Marty is one Matt Wadden. He's the only one who actually would flip a table after he screams a profanity at Grimtosh. But that's for another. That's another story. And if you're paying attention on Slack, B. Fred just commented how he loves when people come out of the woodwork to wreck other people's hopes and dreams. B. Fred, good guy. He was trying to get on. I know, being that the NPC is going to be virtual and on GEMP now, I know that B. Fred had talked about bringing out a plethora of cards to the NPC to give away to those who don't normally have a chance at winning, like the event, who don't play in the constellation, who don't play in the main event, and there was going to be like a subsequently like a second constellation where they're going to have a chance for like a Luke Jedi Knight or an Emperor Palpatine. So unsubscribe. You know what, Eric? I'm going to say this. I was rooting for Fox here to get you up into second because, you know, you're a good guy. You gave me a lot of help with the Justin Desai match that I just had a couple days ago. But you know what? I can't do anything. I mean, I'm a commentator, so I can't really root for anybody. And the big thing here, though, is Fox actually just stole Luke's lightsaber. So even if Marty was able to get that back for the Luke that he has in his hand, now it's General Grievous wielding it, and General Grievous is able to swing multiple lightsabers. So we might actually see 2 swings from General Grievous now. And it looks like Fox just flips. Okay. So, yeah, this is pretty good. So now that he flips, he can start going through his force pile and saying it doesn't reveal a card. So it's kind of like the Watto objective where you pull a card from your deck, and if your opponent either loses 2 or they can decide for you to have the card in your hand. So he's searching through his deck right now. Okay, let's see what he takes. Apparently, Eric Hunter is not happy with me right now, and he's threatening to unsubscribe. So he does have to show it, though. So it is a Sith. He's looking at taking a Sith Fury. That's a card that will, if he draws a character for Battle Destiny or Weapon Destiny or any type of Destiny, he'll be able to cancel it and redraw it. And I want to say it was just errata as well. So yes, once per game you can exchange a Dark Jedi in your hand with a Dark Jedi in the lost pile. So if he has like a Count Dooku in his hand and he wants to get Maul back, he can do that, or vice versa. And I think those are the only 2 real Dark Jedis in this deck because he's not allowed to play Sidious, and all non-Episode 1 Dark Jedi are lost. I know Ventress is not a Jedi, so she doesn't count. So I think the only 2 are Dooku and Maul. Okay. One thing that Marty could be kicking himself about is now that he doesn't have the JCC, the Jedi Council Chamber, out because he's down on activation. If he could get that out, boosting himself up to 14, that would help him. So, okay, there's Luke. Go down and potentially drain for 2. And he's got Jyn Erso down to block the massive drain that would be at that docking bay. So, I mean, that's not going to stop the ping damage or the ability to search through his force pile, but still, okay. And it looks like he's going to play, okay, he plays Point Man. That's going to allow him to put a card back, and he gets to take another card from his force pile. The other effect of Point Man is it stops Keep Your Eyes Open. Both cards were designed by Matt Harrison Trainer, who just came out of retirement to play in the MPC. So he signed up. If you haven't met MHT, he's a good guy. Glad to see he's back in the game. So I want to say that Eric is rooting for Fox. I want to say because Marty just played a game earlier today, and after that game, P. Myers bumped up from 3rd to 2nd. So again, right now the difference is only like 0.19%. Oh, okay. So Eric's rooting for Marty. I'm sorry. Did you play Marty earlier, or did you play against Marty, Eric, or like, do you want to tell what the backstory is with this one? Yeah. Both of you are playing right now. I'm streaming this on my account, not the PCs. I will get this uploaded to YouTube afterwards. So. Okay, he's playing Imp Command, so he can get Admiral or General. And Marty grabs that. He was Senate. Oh. Okay, so yeah, Kevin. I'm going to say this. Kevin Yap actually just he's the one who basically knocked Joe Olson out for contention for the top three spots. That was a very interesting game. Joe played Throne Room. Kevin played his Sunny Move Droidica deck, which is really good. I had the I wouldn't say pleasure, but I actually played him earlier in the month with my Legend. I was able to squeak out a win, but so back to this one. So he did. So he takes Admiral Trench, another new card. If you don't know who Admiral Trench is, he's a separatist admiral who works really well on cards like the Invisible Hand. So you can now play Imperial Command around him. You can play. He's another target for Imperial Command. You can send him to the use pile to make any Separatist or Trade Federation, any episode 1 ship immune to attrition. So, pretty good. Eric Hunter is currently calling for Kevin to asking for anybody who knows who Kevin Yap is, getting a hold of him and telling him to play. He needs some help. Basically, Eric has gotten to the point where he has played 12 games, so him getting it is now no longer in his hands. Oh, get up to 8 people. Nice. Again, I want to thank everybody who decided to watch into my commentary for the game. So, if anybody does want to play a game and have some commentary for their game, just let me know. I'm more than willing and able to hop on and do commentary. But I know that this month is almost over. We have next month starting in a few hours. I want to say it is down to the server resets at 7 o'clock Eastern time. For me, that's 4 o'clock local for me. So a little bit over 2 hours. Okay, so now on Fox's turn. So he makes him lose a card. Let's see, and he hasn't gone to. I don't think he's tried to pull a card from his force pile yet. Maybe he doesn't have it. So he just comments in the chat for those who are watching. He realized he has another thing about his deck, but he's going to say it later. Maybe he doesn't have anything to work around with, like undercover spies. I know he can move to the hallway, and Jin couldn't essentially follow, so he could get away from her. Oh, no, he goes. So U3PO comes down, so there's a way that he can get around that drain, that possible drain of 2. Marty is trying to play at his best. He can't throw games. I think if he throws a game, Eric Hunter would reach through the screen and strangle him a little bit. Eric Hunter clearly on edge watching this. He wants to get to that second spot, that second and final spot. Like I said earlier, Justin Desai is sitting at number 1. I want to say he's over a 1% difference between himself and from second place. Let's see. Yeah, he's sitting at about 1.19% difference between first and second. So I'm going to say that Justin, unless something really weird happens, is going to be getting the first place. He's going to be solid to get into the top 16. But I have seen crazier things happen. Eric. Oh, so yes. So there was a little bit of a game text that we just forgot. The hallway says you can move here using land speed for free. So Marty was able to get Jin to follow Maul and Grievous. So now he didn't have to save the Force, and he can still block that drain. So that's one thing about GEMP that people don't realize is it allows for people who don't know a lot of the game text that's available to them. So now it's like, oh, you could do this, and then it reminds them, and then they go, okay. So if they do play in person or in a later game in GEMP, they could realize that, and now it sticks with them. So we're on to Marty's next turn. Unless he throws down like a corn horn or somebody with a lightsaber, I really don't. He's not going to be able to get rid of the U-3PO this turn. So we'll see what he can do against that. He seems, to me, he's got to get. He has to get rid of the U-3PO. He has to. After that, I want to say he could spread out a little bit. Fox does have a pretty substantial hand at this point. Okay, here comes Anakin Skywalker. I wonder if Luke's going to go join his dad over at the docking bay. But again, if Fox has enough cards left in his force pile to move that U-3PO, probably going to be searching out and trying to see if he can find the Anakin's lightsaber to throw on Anakin. But as long as Jin is sitting with Grievous and Maul, really doesn't have to do much over there. Okay, so he only deploys Anakin to the docking bay and just draws up. I hope he's got something to mitigate any like potential damage against the Anakin. I mean, because Dooku's still out there, and I mean, there's other cards. We did see the Arsing, and we do know that Fox has a Dr. Aphra in his hand, so we could possibly see Dr. Aphra coming down, pulling back the P-59 and coming down against Anakin, but we'll see what he does. Again, he's got a 12-card hand, which is pretty substantial. But I think if you're Fox, though, you kind of want to separate Grievous and Maul at this point. That way you can potentially get a drain in. The nice thing for him is he's still doing 1 point of damage as long as he's flipped. And being that the Insidious Prisoner is sitting 2 sites in on the Invisible Hand, that's pretty good. Up to 23 people now in the chat, on GEMP watching. A lot of people, including Matt Carulli, Justin Desai, Cal Aldred, Charlie, Jared Napolitano, Lenny, Eric, Taco Bill Kafer. Yeah, a lot of people watching right now. Eric cheering on Marty over on Slack vehemently. Okay, so he's going to attempt to take Guri into his hand, and Marty will allow it, so he doesn't want to lose any more cards at this point. I find the Guri interesting. I actually kind of like her. She can work both in space and on the ground, and she will, as long as Vader's not there, your opponent's only drawing 1 destiny, wherever she's at. So, pretty good card, and she works well with Prince Izor. Okay, so there comes a Phantom Menace. So now Maul he's fully immune, as long as there's a Jedi there, and he's defense value +2. So, pretty good. Okay, here comes the Invisible Hand. So, I'm going to guess that Guri's going to go onto the Invisible Hand. That way, I mean, it's already drawing one battle destiny just because Grievous is on the table. So you put Guri on there. Now it's immune less than 5, and your opponent's only drawing 1. So, and being that the throne room doesn't have those 6s from like the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knights, the possibility there's a little bit slimmer possibility of drawing a high enough destiny to make the invisible hand go lost. Okay, but first comes Admiral Trench. Wow, up to 24 people watching this game right now. So I wish more of them would come on to my Twitch and watch me do commentary. But if you're watching, thank you. I appreciate all your support. Marty making some good quotes on there. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, so he's got Crush Rebellion. Crush, I actually do like starting over, say, like you bring your troops. Now, bring your troops is good because it adds to the forfeit value of a Grievous, a Trench, a new Gunray, cards like those. But I think Crush is a little bit more useful, being that you can cancel. You can cancel Clash of Sabers. Wow, the name evaded me there. I've only had one. I've only had 2 cups of coffee today, so I'm a little bit like not there. But I mean, the other thing about Crush is you can get the I Have You Now, which works really well against Luke. You can also get Evader, which is a combo card with Monarch, a card that nobody likes. I don't care who you are, nobody really likes Monarch. And Justin Desai pointing out that he also thinks that the duck flaw that Fox was talking about was that there's no snipers in the deck, nothing to get rid of like a Jin Urso or an undercover spy. But we shall see. Actually, I was going to say that it looked like Fox actually Uh-oh. Yeah. So in Slack, Fox just commented on that he doesn't have any outs for undercover spies. So Jin's going to be able to sit there all game. So again, I like the idea of possibly splitting up Grievous and Maul. Maul's probably the one that you want to send over to the docking bay, just so that way you can get a little bit. He has a little bit more protection than Grievous at this point. But I'm not sure. I would actually maybe consider putting Grievous over to the 2-0 site with the Insidious, because you're still doing. I think you're still doing damage, but I'm not sure. So during your control phase, if your Separatist character is with the Insidious prisoner, they'll lose a force. So yeah, he could actually move, say, Grievous or Maul over to the 2-0 site. He'd still do the point of damage, and being that he occupies enough battlegrounds for Coward, I would say go for it. That way you're getting the damage in, and the Insidious prisoner is further away. Okay, so Marty is So I wonder what ships Marty is playing. I want to say it's maybe like your typical Throne Room Space Packet of just a Tantive or just the Profanity, but we've seen some cards that not a lot of Throne Rooms play already from Marty. One of those being the Impressive Most Impressive, something that I actually like. It's a higher prisoner can only move to Battlegrounds. Oh, okay, you're right. Huh. Good call, Adam. I was not that again. That's just something I'm not aware. I've only played one game with this deck, and it was not a good game. So that's just something I got to RTFC. Okay, so Marty's going to try and place the Wisa to go out and get the Battle Planes or the Boss Nest Chamber. The Boss Nest Chamber is already on the table, so maybe he's not playing the Battle Planes. I mean, I've seen a lot of Throne Rooms play the 2-1 Cloud City site where your opponent has 2 icons and your characters with lightsabers are +2 in the battle. That's to mitigate some of the damage to us to get around from like walkers. They can't throw Image of a Dark Lord there, so their dreams, unless they have like, well, I think Dark Waters is the same, so they really can't mess with the drain. They have to go down there and fight. Whereas like the Battle Planes, they can throw down Might of the or Image of the Dark Lord, Dark Water, stuff like that. There. Okay, so he plays Might of the Republic. So I want to say Might of the Republic's to play and get like a Bail Organa. So I want to say he's playing the Tantive plus the Bail Organa package. So it's immune to weapons, or it's immune to weapons, and it would have an extra Battle Destiny plus it's a +1 to drains. But he looks like he missed on the Bail Organa search, which is interesting because I want to say he searched through his deck. Maybe he was just trying to get a card back. Okay, loses a card. Speak with the Jedi Council Chamber. So again, both players not doing a lot of damage, but besides that one battle where Fox was able to essentially clear out Marty off of the docking bay. I mean, he got rid of Hera, Luke with his lightsaber, Solo, and Leia Organa V with P-59, Grievous, Maul, and a Dr. E who was hit first off the battle and then sorry comboed away. So, okay, so he loses 1 to the ping and 1 to the drain up in space. I'd love to know how Eric Hunter is feeling about this. So he's going to take the point, man. I think at this point, unless Fox has taken something like a Dooku or something to add to like a possibility of getting around like the Jyn Erso, I think Marty's going to let him take it just because you don't want to lose cards at this point. I mean, the life totals are pretty even. Same with the life totals are pretty even. I want to say that Marty is slightly ahead. And being that he just threw down Guri and Nuke Gun Ray to the invisible hand, I want to say that he's sitting pretty good. He's only down by maybe two to 3 cards at this point. Let's see. 20 to 22. Yeah, he's down by 2, but he's doing 1 more point of damage at this point. So I want to say that if Marty can get rid of the U3PO with either say like a Jar Jar or a Corran Horn, he might be able to pull ahead a little bit. But until that point, Fox really doesn't have to do much. He can just, like I said, he can just reinforce the invisible hand, which he just did, and he can just sit there doing 2 points of damage a turn. Let's go check in on Slack, see if anybody said anything. Yeah, definitely a lot of like little bantering on Slack. Again, if you're not on Slack, I'd say just go jump on. It's a good service. A lot of good people talking Star Wars, talking everything else, anything political. Just a lot of fun stuff going on there. Really good community. Yep. You cannot play Myth Thrawn. You can't play Tom Haid Thrawn, unfortunately, because he is Imperial. Okay, so there's the Jar Jar. Okay, Jar Jar will allow Marty to get rid of the U3PO if he has the Wisa. Yeah, I think if he can get rid of, he needs to get rid of the U3PO. I mean, I've said it numerous times at this point, but that is the case because as long as Jin's there, he's not going to take any extra damage. And I mean, yes, he would be paying for the drains, but that's better than just sitting there not doing really much of anything. And I think if you're Fox, though, you definitely want to move your guys around. Yeah, I mean, Marty's already lost Leia. He's already lost Solo. He's lost Hera. The only other real guys he's got are maybe Obi-Wan, maybe a Qui-Gon, maybe a Mace. Again, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I would say you want to leave Grievous there. Grievous does have some pretty good immunity. I want to say he's immune less than 6 at this point. Yeah, he's immune less than 6 because of the objective. And he's got 2 lightsabers. So maybe he's got some tricks to protect the Grievous. I'm not sure. He does have a 10-card hand. Okay, and there's the JCC. Gets that 0 out of his deck, out of his hand. At this point, I would rather have actually held on to it and not deployed it. Use it as a card to just throw away. You're already activating 14, or actually you would be activating 11, which you could still get some good guys down. And at this point, you want to have as many cards as you can in your deck. So, and he moves. So he throws Chewie down with Anakin, and then interesting. He moves Chewie. So he moves Chewie down with Anakin, and then moves him over, and then he moves Luke over. Interesting. Not sure why he didn't just go. Okay, so Anakin's now over. So he's got control of 3 different sites. So this might actually stop Fox from moving Maul over, just because yes, he could still hit Anakin pretty easily, but with Anakin being able to draw +1 on his destiny, he's not a Jedi, so he has a decent chance of getting rid of the Maul. Maul's only immune less than 5. if that's the case, then I would actually rather see the Grievous move over. Because Grievous, one, can swing twice, and two, has a little bit better immunity. Yeah, Cal mentioned earlier into the Slack chat. Again, I'm on Slack. I'm watching it right now. He's a little bit asking what was the point of throwing down Jar Jar and everything if he didn't have the Wisa. That's actually a good point because now Jar Jar is vulnerable, and you want to have Jar Jar there to get rid of the U3PO. Excuse me. So it looks like both players are European players, being that Stefan is definitely European and Marty is at 11 o'clock. See, he hasn't done his force pile search yet. But he is checking his reserve deck, see what he has. Both players. Interesting. So he's going to attempt to use the Grievous text where allows him to return him to hand from the site he controls. Interesting. Thank you. I was not aware that they were both Dutch. Okay. So not only does Grievous go back to his hands, but all the cards too. So now he can throw down the lightsaber. Well, actually, he can throw down both lightsabers and potentially get rid of both Chewie and Jar Jar. Okay, Jar Jar's going to use the Wisa to get rid of the U3PO. Okay, probably. Oh, excuse me. And there comes down Dooku. So that's why we didn't see the second lightsaber go back onto Grievous, because now it's Count Dooku's lightsaber. Okay, so we might actually we might see two battles here. I mean, you can hit the. If you battle with Grievous, you swing at Chewie. Up. This is a good play. I mean, he could have did it in the battle, but I hope Marty has a kick. Or Eric Hunter is going to be very sad. Yep. Yep, Marty was playing the impressive, most impressive. That would have canceled the "You Are Beaten." However, he used it in the battle a little earlier when Stefan battled with Maul, Grievous, Dr. E, and P-59 to get the first action. So Action is on Fox. Okay, so he's not. Interesting. He's only got he's only got 4 cards in his reserve deck, so he. So I mean, he could battle here, swing, hit Anakin, and then he can battle against Jar Jar, only drawing Destiny. I mean, Chewie can't move, he can't battle. Okay, so he's just going to draw Destiny against Anakin. Draws a 4. So it looks like he's saving all of his stuff for against Jar Jar. Ooh, and Marty draws that 0. I mean, it is a 1, but still. And he is playing the Cloud City lower quarter. He's just floating it. So Anakin has to go. I mean, he covers. But, I mean, still, drawing that 0 really hurt. That's the second time this game he's drawn a 0 and involved in a battle. Yeah, Jar Jar could force the draw, which is smart. Yeah, there was a lot involved. There was a battle between, like I said, Grievous Maul, P-59, and Dr. E versus Leia, Leia Organa, Solo, Hera, and Luke Skywalker with his lightsaber. Fox initiated, and Marty just had the most impressive, so he was able to do the first action. He swung with Luke at Dr. E, able to. He hit Dr. E. So there was a sorry combo in his lost pile. He played the sorry combo with Solo, got rid of Dr. E, and then Fox just hit everyone. He hit Hera with P-59. Maul hit Luke and Solo. Grievous hit Leia. Cleared him off the site, and all he lost was P-59. Okay. Jar Jar's hit, so now we might see the Jar Jar game text come into play. Let's see if there is I think if you're Marty, you have to do it just to. He wouldn't draw, so this would actually force. Yeah, he would have to use Jar Jar's game text. Even if he misses, Fox isn't going to draw Destiny, and he's only losing 3 cards. Yeah, and he's still going to try for it, so it's the right play. Draws a 5, so. And let's see. Yeah, want to say if he draws a 1, Grievous is lost. If he draws a 2, it's a tie. No, draws a 5. So Grievous isn't lost. Jar Jar's not lost, but the big thing was that Fox doesn't draw Destiny here. So even if he doesn't have the Hojix, he's only losing 2 or 3. Sorry. I think if you don't have if you have the Hojiks, I want to say you just peel the 3. That way you save the Hojiks for Chewie. I mean, Chewie can't draw, or Chewie doesn't draw on his own, but he does swing. He is able to shoot the bowcaster, which then could possibly get rid of the Grievous. True. Yeah. So he is losing the 3. He loses Wisa, Bale. So at this point, I think he's going to give up on trying to go to space. Wow. Up to 29 people watching this game. This is insane. This is probably going to be the last game of the OCS. Yeah, I mean, there is another game for queued up. There's 2 games actually queued up in the waiting tables. Both people are asking for light side games. So, but it looks like Kevin Yap actually is on, and Eric Hunter is pushing for him to play. Eric, if I had a dark side game left, I would play, but unfortunately, all I have is light side games. I actually played my last dark side game. I want to say last night against Mike Turner. He played Throne Room. I played Court. He raffle stopped me. I don't know who you're calling a scrub, but Stefan just actually topped 8 at Worlds. Yeah, this is one thing I need to know. I would love to know who everybody's names are. That's because there's only like 3 people who actually stream. I mean, Jerry does it once in a while. Chris Goglin does, but I mean, he only does his Monday night show. Jerry does commentary here and there. I mean, Tom Kelly used to, but Tom Kelly basically fell off the face of the earth. So his oh, so Marty just searched his deck with the Boston Edge Chamber. His destinies are 0, 1, 1, and 3. Ouch. Well, I mean, the nice thing is Chewie can't battle or move here yet. It's at the end of Fox's turn. So he can actually try and manipulate his deck so that way he can get higher destinies, but you gotta feel bad for Marty. And in turn, you gotta feel a little bit bad for Eric. Because again, Eric had a lot riding on this game. Marty's down to a little bit less than 9 minutes. He's actually coming up on 8 minutes left in the game. Fox currently has 18. To me, everything, just because of the board state and everything, it's showing that Fox is going to be the victor. But again, crazier things have happened. I mean, both players currently have 19 cards left in the life force. Fox has 3 cards more in his hand than Marty, so. And based on the board position with Dooku sitting at the docking bay, being able to drain for 2, he's got a drain for 1. He's doing 4 points of damage to Marty's 1. You got to think that this is favoring Fox a little bit more than Marty. Yeah, and we actually brought that was a point made earlier. Unfortunately, Fox doesn't have anything in his deck to deal with it. Or at least he thinks. Okay, so Ray comes down. Again, Chewie cannot battle here, so it'd only be Ray against the Grievous. Yep, Fox reminding Marty that Chewie can't do anything. And we just crossed the 30 people watching this game on GEMP. 30 people watching one of the last games for the February OCS. Pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, and that's the other thing. He's only got his Destiny again are 0, 1, 1, and 3. So I doubt he's battling here. There's no way. I was gonna say, yeah, there's no way that he can actually do really much against Grievous. Here comes Lando down in front of Dooku. I mean, he can move Luke over and then would give him 2 Destiny. Part of me would actually move the Chewie or the Ray over. Yeah, I think Marty is looking at everything right now and just he's got to be kicking himself. Yeah, I mean he lost the Bail Organa. I really haven't seen much outside of the Bail for his space package, but being that Trench is up there, Gunray's up there, and Guri, that's a pretty stacked ship. Grievous is on the board, so I mean that's 1 Destiny right there, 2 Destiny for the ability, and I want to say, yep, present with your Republic character, he may add a Destiny. So he's got 3 Destiny up there in space to 1 the opponent's drawing, and being that he's got Gunray, Trench, and Guri up there, he's only going to be losing he's only going to be losing 1. So there's nothing that really Marty can do. And now that it's Fox's turn, you got to think he's going to be swinging at. He saves 3. I want to say you want to get rid of the Ray first, so that way Chewie. Yeah. I mean, if you want to deal with the Chewie can swing essentially, but he wouldn't be drawing Destiny unless you hit him. So you might want to get rid of the Ray, and being that you know what the Destinies are, I mean, you could actually. The best Destiny he has is a 3. So that wouldn't be cracking Grievous's immunity. So you battle against the Ray, swing, hopefully hit her, and then you don't draw Destiny. And then you battle with the Dooku, and no matter what you're drawing, you're getting rid of the Lando. No points for diff, unfortunately. So for those who don't know, I mean, I think we got up to 32 people watching this game. That's pretty substantial, especially for one of the last games of the month. Again, Marty's got less than 3 minutes now at this point. I'm not saying that the writing is on the wall, but the artists are clearly starting to draw on the wall for Marty. Okay, Marty's going to use one. He's going to retrieve the lower corridor. So that's actually going to make his destiny lower than what it is already. And there's Afra going down to the boss nest chamber. She's going to be able to get a droid back. The droid that is... Oh, she's going to get the U-3PO. I forgot that was lost. He does have the P-59, so he could have potentially grabbed that one. But he's going to decide on the U-3PO. U-3PO could potentially go down with Luke. Like I said earlier, you could possibly get rid of the Rey, possibly get rid of the Lando. Marty is commenting that he didn't want to do anything because of he's blaming this all on the bad destinies. You know, I would agree. There's been a lot of bad luck in this game for him. Aura going down with Afra, just in case. But U-3PO is going to block that drain. I'm going to say that Grievous is going to go in front of Luke. And then you still want to battle. You still want to battle against Lando. I mean, you could potentially, unless he's got the Hojeks, you could potentially end the game here. But yeah, with the timer being at 1 minute and 38 seconds, it's pretty rough. Okay, so Marty is able to retrieve here. He gets, he's going to get the 5 Destiny back into his deck, and not only that, he's going to get a Destiny onto Lando's power. So now Lando's power 11 to Dooku's 5. Pretty good. Okay, Dooku's going to swing. Should be hit. Yep, draws a 7 for his first Destiny, so that right there is going to hit Lando. Now, he doesn't go to forfeit 0, but he can't be satisfied for attrition, so he can still be satisfied for battle damage here. So there's not really there's going to be potentially no overflow, but again, you're not really looking for the overflow. You're just looking to get rid of Lando. And he draws 4. So 9 to 11. Still, he's losing 2. And that's with 4 Destiny. So depending on what... And again, I want to say that Marty's Destiny is pretty low. Yeah, draws a 1. So Fox is going to have to lose 3 cards. And I think on this trade-off, you're fine with that. So Lando's going to go to the lost pile. And I want to say that with U3PO down at the one Coruscant site, you're going to move Grievous over. Yep, it loses the Lando Debris, loses laser cannon, and loses Maul and Hunter. Yep. Okay. And there goes Grievous moving over. So, yeah, the board state is showing really favorable for Fox. Unfortunately, it's not showing favorable for Marty. Right now, I mean, Fox is showing a drain of... He's throwing 6 damage right now. He's showing drains of 2, 2, and 1, plus the 1 damage from the objective, so... Marty is... Okay, so there's the GG from Marty, there's the GG from Fox. Marty apologizing to Eric Hunter, saying that he was rooting for him hard. And Fox is saying that he did find the sniper combo to get rid of the Jinner. So that's pretty much going to do it. At this point, like I said, Marty is down to 20 seconds. So we could literally just wait for this game to time out. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching one of the last games for February. So again, I'm going to try and do a lot more commentary this month. I'm going to try and play my 12 games. So if you want to tune in for those. Looks like Jerry Queso Sauce finally got on. Glad to see him coming out and actually doing it. He actually got to 1 game this month. He got to 1. It was a loss. I mean, so far, I want to say Jerry's only played 4 games to my 20. So, in the battle of the Holo Theater streamers, I'm beating Jerry. So, again, I will see all y'all later. Have a good one, everybody.